So you mentioned 15 years of experience in wealth management. Now, could you explain to all of us what does wealth management mean? Because I personally don't know. So could you walk us through what that entails?
So wealth management to me, it covers all aspects of your life. It actually is managing not only financial but even your personal in a way. And I'll explain what I mean by that. If I'm managing your wealth, I need to know all about your circumstances. Are you married? Do you have children? Are you intending to marry? All these things, because if I'm putting something into place for you in terms of investments or anything really, I need to know what's happening with your life as well. So it's like a life plan when you're managing someone's wealth.
Okay.
I go as far as finding out more about the family, parents, where are they, what are they doing, all of these things, because they all form part of your overall financial plan. And if you're managing someone's wealth properly, you really need to know a lot about them, family, career, what their intentions are, what else, even hobbies and things can make if you've got a very expensive hobby, for example, we need to factor that into when we're looking at your wealth. So it's things like that a lot of people don't realize, and they just think it's sitting with someone and just saying, right, well, I want to invest X thousands of dollars into something.
Yeah,
that's it. But it's not.
It sounds like you have to make a much deeper connection with a person to manage it correctly.
Exactly. And then also these investments or whatever it is that you're advising on, the tax situation, for example, in the future, if they're moving to a country where, the tax, obviously here being in the UAE, we don't pay any tax, but, you need to factor in, well, will they be in the future? So there's a lot to consider managing someone's wealth, and tax is huge as part of a wealth management sort of process. It's lots of factors and for me, I look at it as a big plan, where you are now, and where you're ultimately going to be as well. It all fits together.
Yeah. And so if I'm a client, I came to you and I'm Sophia, I want you to create a wealth management plan for me. Do I need to have a specific goal I'm trying to reach and you create a plan to help me reach there? Or is it just you take a look at what I have and you advise me, I think this is the best way forward for you to, generate 2 or 3 times what you're making now?
Both.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
You can have a goal, for example, I want to buy a property and this is what my goal is. Or no, this is what I have, but I want to make the most of it. So what can we do? And yeah. Or we have 2 things going on at the same time, or many things. But yeah, it's both.
It's both. Okay. And what do you find typically is the biggest challenge with creating these kind of plans? Is it the person that you're dealing with and they're not very clear on what they want or should do? Or is it that there's just too, this is the number of factors that you have to take into consideration to create something, pretty solid?
No, usually, it's like almost like interviewing the person when they come to you for advice. So you find out lots of information, and then you devise something with them. I work with my clients a lot in terms of, I want to know, this is what I've planned for you. Does it make sense? And we kind of make adjustments. The other key factor when you're looking at someone's overall wealth is to make sure you're in touch with them a lot. So there's no point in me producing a plan for you and then we don't speak for a long time, because so many things change, circumstances change, you might get a better job, you may not, you may lose a job, whatever it is, but that all affects your overall wealth plan. So I think the key is the after sort of keeping in touch and having regular contact, check-ins. Regular reviews, regular check-ins. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's really important.
And so I know in your current company, you guys do wealth management, I believe, and financial planning too. Are those 2 things 2 completely different things, or does one is just financial planning is just the thing that plays into the whole wealth management thing?
It's kind of, together. It's not really 2 separate things.
Okay.
A financial plan is kind of the way I've said, where we kind of look at where you are, where you need to be and all of that. Wealth management, we take into consideration all the factors as well when I talk about taxes and all of these things that can affect your financial plan. But wealth management kind of takes into account the full full range. Be it insurance as well, that all comes part of it. Insurance, pensions, all of these things, just covering everything.
So wealth management is more like coming to you for financial planning, coming to you for wealth management. This is just maybe a subset of the and then the wealth management is a much bigger picture that you have to take into account everything.
Correct.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.